Hey, how's it going, geeks? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a Radeon RX 550. In this particular case, a VisionTech RX 550, a 2GB model. Now, there's not a whole lot of information in regards to this card, which I think is really weird, since the card is really awesome for mining, especially for the price. If you do a quick YouTube search, you're not going to find a whole lot of info. There's a couple of channels that cover the card. The hash rates they reported are either stock or false, or not completely true. So we're going to slap some custom timings on the card, do a custom BIOS flash, and we're going to see how high this bad boy can actually hash. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so I have my RX 550 installed. Gonna show you guys real quick. Single RX 550 and the Intel HD graphics. And we are gonna see how much this little guy hashes. So initially we're gonna do a stock run. We're not gonna do anything to the card. I just cranked the fan speed up to 35. I think that should be enough. And I'm gonna run the card and see what kind of numbers we get. Alright guys, so using 2 threads per card, I'm getting about 330 or so hashes per second, mining some XMR or ETN. It's decent, it's not horrible by any means, but I know we can do better. All of the YouTube channels online just give you this number right here, and I've seen a few people trying to mess around with the settings and crank the memory clock up along with the core clock, and they don't notice any difference, so they're like, oh, this thing sucks, it only gets around 330. See, as a matter of fact, it dropped a little bit when I did that. So I can understand why people thought the card wasn't that great and why there's not a whole lot of info out there about them. But a simple BIOS flash will fix that, and I'll show you guys how to do that. So it pretty much did nothing to the card. So changing the core clock and the memory clock doesn't really do anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and install some programs, and we're gonna start flashing this guy and see what kind of numbers we get. Alright, the first thing we're going to want to do is create a empty folder in our desktop. In my case, I named it RX 550 BIOS. And inside of this folder, we're going to create 2 more. I'm going to name one stock RX 550 BIOS. And I'm going to create another one. This is just to keep things organized. Modded RX 550 BIOS. That way we don't get them confused and have any mistakes down the line. Alright, we're gonna click our GPU Z program next, and we are gonna save the stock BIOS. Gonna click save file, and we are gonna save it under the stock RX 550 BIOS. After that, we're gonna click on Polaris BIOS Editor. Now this program right here is what allows you to apply the memory timings. It also lets you modify the memory frequency and the core frequency of the card, and the voltage also. So we're gonna go ahead and click open BIOS, and we are gonna open that stock BIOS we just saved. Let's get right here, we're gonna hit open, and as you guys can see right here, it gives us all of our current timings and all of our current memory and core settings. So this thing's pretty simple to use. you literally just click the one-click timing patch, and it's gonna apply the timings for you. You don't really do anything. You don't copy and paste it like you used to. It does everything for you. It finds the memory type and it applies the timings for you. And that's all there is to it, pretty much. We've got the timings applied already. Now the only other thing we're gonna want to change from here is our memory frequency. In this case, we're gonna change it to 1950. So you just click on the frequency up here, and it's gonna populate this empty slot down here, and you just type the frequency you want. So I'm gonna click apply change, so you guys can see the number changed up here, and we're gonna save this BIOS. So we essentially just created a custom BIOS right now using the stock one. So now I'm gonna go ahead and save this here. I'm gonna name it 1950 M for mem, and let's see, 1203 C for core. That way I know what the settings were in case I need to change anything in the future. And I'm gonna hit save. Then we're gonna close out of this, and we are gonna open ATI WinFlash. We're gonna run this as administrator. And we are gonna load that custom image we just created. And then you just hit program and you're good to go. And there we have it. It programmed the BIOS successfully. We're gonna hit OK, and it's gonna ask us to reboot the system. So I'll be back once the computer turns back on. Alright, so our computer just turned back on. We're gonna double click MSI Afterburner just to verify the settings we made actually got applied or not. So you guys can see right here the 1950 did get applied, so that's awesome. We're gonna set our fan speed. I think 35 should be fine. It's probably honestly a little too high. These cards are really efficient. So we're gonna click OK. We're gonna close out of this, and we are gonna start our miner again, see what kind of numbers we get. I forgot to mention, I'll link all of this down below too, so don't worry. So let's close out of this and see what kind of numbers we get now. And there we have it, 461. That's a pretty nice big jump in performance. And like I mentioned before, there were a lot of reviews on YouTube and they didn't really give you the right numbers. Everything was just stock. Everything we did is pretty easy to do. It's fairly simple to follow, and it gives you an extra 130 hashes for free. So it's awesome. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna continue messing around with the card, and I'll show you guys a little clip in the end, showing you guys the highest I could get the thing hashing without crashing. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now, and we're gonna end the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Alright guys, so I let this thing run for a little while, and it's stable. Haven't had any issues with it at all. So you guys can see it's been running for, let's see, 10, 20, about 25 minutes or so. It's a pretty good indicator that it's probably not gonna crash. But if you wanted to be on the safe side, you could always drop the frequency on the memory down maybe 10-15 megahertz, and then you're pretty much good to go at that point. But yeah, the card's hashing really good. It fluctuates a bit. It sits for the most part around like 473 or so. It does go up to 485-ish, so that's really good. I'm gonna show you guys real quick all the different timings I tried, or not timings, I mean core and frequency and memory settings. So I tried 2100, crashed immediately. 2050 crashed immediately. 2050 with the stock core, same, crashed. 2000, it turned on for a little while, but crashed after like 2-3 minutes, I think. So this particular card around 1950, it's where you want to keep it. And we'll cut it there. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.